Morning, guys. Welcome to Coffee Chat. Well, that's not my kind of coffee, but it'll do. Whenever you're, out and you're shopping about or you're staying somewhere else. Well, this is hotel coffee, and it's not too bad, actually. It's not too bad. And anyways, guys, I'll tell you what. Boy, oh boy, is there something big going on right now. We're watching the price of XRP shoot up above $2.50 again. And get this, a whale on Hyperliquid, it's a decentralized exchange, just opened a $1 million long. How about that, guys? And they want us to be all spooked out about our few hundred or maybe few $1,000 investment in this space. And you got these whales doing these long positions, and he leveraged it at 10x. Now that's confidence, I'll tell you what. Guys, what we were sharing there just yesterday, and about what's coming this week coming up. And the fact that we could see a lot of these ETFs get moved, I think is going to really have impact. And I think the market is kind of doing a front run to it because, of course, they're seeing all the data that's coming in. And if we get all of those ducks in a row and bang, 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 like dominoes, they fall, I'm really believing, guys, we are going to see some major price appreciation in XRP, an entire ecosystem, and probably by the end of the year. Now, I know a lot of folks think, oh, well, no, how can that happen? Look at the broader market and all that. Well, I'm going to tell you something right now. Guys, quantitative tightening, and I'm reading articles on this, is at its absolute end, and they are going to literally loosen all the belts. The purses are going to open, and they are going to dump liquidity into the markets. And when that happens, you watch and see what happens to the DXY, how that tumbles, and how the rest of these markets fly. I absolutely believe they're going to do it. I think when we go to this next FOMC meeting, that we are going to actually see that they're going to come out and, of course, lower the interest rates again. And I think we're going to see bang, 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 multiple until we get to practically zero, guys. And at that point, it is going to literally like a trampoline bounce so hard, I think it's going to shock most people. And they're just not going to be ready for it because most folks right now, they are literally like the fear and greed index. It's crazy the amount of fear that is in the space because for me, I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, how could you possibly not see the setup that XRP is sitting on and how underappreciated of an asset that it is? And you're living in fear on that when you got whales over here dropping $1 million 10x long positions. Come on. I mean, guys, when you think about where we're at in the marketplace for this digital economy and how close we are to the regulatory clarity, all the ETFs coming out, and of course, like we mentioned, all the SPACs going out there, look at buying $1 billion of XRP and they raised that in one day, and then you got subsequent ones, 500 million, 300 million. That to me is talking about a bullish outlook, a long-term, when in doubt, zoom out, bullish kind of outlook. And I'm not sitting here living in fear or panic. That is for sure. In fact, guys, I think that what we're seeing right now for price represents probably one of the greatest opportunities most people will see in their lifetimes. Yep. Now, maybe, you didn't get it back before the election there in November when it was under 50 cents and all that. Okay. But from where we're at to where we're going, if you bought XRP at about 250, which it is right now, and it gets to 25 bucks, which a lot of TA guys say, hey, anywhere from 15 to 27, it gets there. You have made 1,000% on your investment. Now, let me ask you this. In what market can you possibly see those kind of gains in such a short period of time? Well, guys, I don't know of any. And especially in the traditional market, when you're talking about equities or mutual funds or this or that, not on your life. There are folks that have been putting money aside into their mutual funds 10, 15, 20, 25 years, and they're maybe seeing, 15, 20% return? It is truly wild. And why is that? Well, because the markets have been toyed around with so much, up, down, this, that. Think of the 2008 and 9 crash. Bang, right there. A lot of people got all of their, savings completely wiped out. Their 401ks absolutely, literally kind of practically evaporated in terms of value and had to start as if from all over again, stage one. Well, I'll tell you what, as you get older, time gets shorter, doesn't it? And you don't have the time that you did when you were young. I mean, I probably have more bull runs behind me than I ever got ahead of me and things like that. And so when we're thinking about that, and you think that in like that 13 short months that literally Judy and I were able to retire after 13 months into this space back there 2020 and 2021 in that bull run. And under those circumstances, XRP had an SEC lawsuit on it. No one knew where it was going. It was delisted from every U.S. exchange and all of that. And yet we still saw amazing move. It went from what? I think first XRP we bought 11, 12 cents, most of it between 17 and 19. But the thing went to $1.97, like a 10x, actually a 12x return from the low at 17.48 to $1.97. 1,200% move, guys, with all that scrutiny on it. You don't think it could do that now? Come on, I do. And that is my 100% personal bias opinion, as I like to say. But I do. And I do for really solid reasons, not just, hope and, oh, well, just wishing. Because like I tell people in our coaching, we are not throwing darts at balloons, guys. We're not throwing darts at balloons. We are speculating. And boy, oh boy, is there ever a difference about it. Now, I got coaching coming up here next week. And I'm going to tell you, I haven't opened up November or anything like that. But for those of you that are taking it, you are going to learn so much. Look, we literally go to school. We are helping you to build a framework for a strategic investment strategy, guys, that'll help you balance your portfolio towards the achievement of your goals. Absolutely right there. And I share with you detailed, not just kind of like this and this, and I'll wish you, no, we get into detail. It's going to be amazing, and I cannot wait. Guys, so much is happening in this space. Do not miss the forest through the trees. I'll tell you that right now. Don't, because they are playing you like a fiddle. That is the whole deal of the psychology of this market, and you got to stay on top of it. I'll tell you what. So guys, amazing things happening. I'm going to drop the link to that article of the whale, getting that $1 million long in there and 10x in it. And I think, guys, it is really going to give you a lot more confidence, because if these guys are willing to drop down that kind of dough and all these SPACs into the billions, then I think you and I dropping our 100 or a few $1,000s is like not going to be so scary when you see what these guys are putting on the table. Any case, guys, it's not financial advice, of course, my personal opinion. But until later on today, when we have another fantastic video for you, guys, have a fabulous one and take care.